It appeared without warning, a single frame, a single silent picture captured by a telescope that had seen the universe thousands of times before, but never like this. The new image of 3I ATLAS arrived on Earth like a quiet meteor. No explosion, no dramatic reveal, just a data packet, a time stump, and a picture that should never have been possible. Scientists stared at it for minutes. Without speaking, the colors were wrong. The structure was impossible. The behavior, unexplainable. Within hours, observatories around the world checked the data, then checked it again and again. But the result refused to change. The new image of 3I ATLAS defied the laws of physics. No telescope malfunction, no corrupted file, no atmospheric interference. It was real, and it changed everything. Because what was captured in that frame did not behave like an asteroid, did not move like a comet, did not look like a fragment of natural matter. Drifting through the solar system, it looked alive. To understand why the new image shook the world, you must first understand what 3I Atlas is supposed to be. Originally classified as an interstellar object, 3I ATLAS was only the third of its kind ever detected passing through our solar system. It came from outside the sun's domain, from somewhere beyond the Oort cloud, beyond local stars, perhaps even beyond our galactic neighborhood. It was fast, unusually fast, traveling on a hyperbolic trajectory that guaranteed it would never return. But in every way that mattered, it behaved like an object of cosmic debris, a leftover shard from the birth of another world. No mystery, no anomaly, just a visitor passing through. That was the belief, until now. Because the new image showed something no interstellar object should ever display: an internal structure, layers, filaments, symmetry, patterns. 3I ATLAS was not a simple rock drifting in the dark. It was something else, something organized, something structured, something intentioned, and suddenly, astronomers realized they had never truly understood this object at all. The new image was unlike any astronomical photograph captured in the modern age. Instead of a blurry streak typical for hyperfast objects, 3I ATLAS appeared in razor-sharp detail, sharper than physics should allow. For something moving at tens of kilometers per second, its surface showed patterns, geometric curves, branching structures, and a glowing region at its center. The glow itself was the problem. Natural objects glow because of reflection, thermal radiation, or chemical processes, but the glow from 3I ATLAS matched none of these categories. It was too uniform, too stable, too intentional. The light had a spectral signature that did not correspond to rock, metal, ice, gas, or plasma. It was as if the object emitted a kind of structured luminescence, a signal or a process, or something we do not yet have a word for. Scientists examined the image pixel by pixel, and the more they looked, the more impossible it became. The internal filaments did not look random. They looked designed, as if they traced pathways, channels, or a network within the structure. For decades, astronomers had said, no interstellar visitor shows organized patterns. But now, they had no explanation. Instead, they had a very different problem. The universe just handed them something they were not prepared to understand. The strangest element of the new image wasn't the structure, it wasn't the symmetry. The emission line showed a pattern, only seen in artificial materials, materials that resonate, pulse, or convert energy internally. This raised a question no astronomer wanted to ask. Was 3I Atlas generating energy? If so, that would make it the first interstellar object with active internal processes, processes that produce heat without sunlight, processes that maintain a stable glow over enormous distances, processes that imply a mechanism, and mechanisms do not form by accident. When scientists modeled the energy signature, they found something even more disturbing. The light was modulating, changing with time. In a repeating rhythm suggests one of two things: a natural periodic structure, unlike anything we've seen, or intentional activity. Neither option is comforting. 3I Atlas had always been fast, but its motion was consistent with gravitational models until the new image after the frame was captured. Researchers noticed a shift, a slight but measurable drift in its trajectory, a drift that could not be explained by gravity, solar radiation, outgassing, or any known natural force. The object changed direction in open space without an external cause. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't cinematic, it was subtle, like a correction, a course adjustment, a response to something we could not see. No asteroid does this, no comet does this, no chunk of interstellar rock adjusts its path mid-flight. But something with internal structure might, something that can control its orientation, something that reacts to stimuli, something that isn't just drifting, but navigating. This was the moment scientists realized the image wasn't the anomaly. The object is. When the new image of 3I Atlas reached scientific institutions, models began to break almost instantly. Everything astronomers believed about interstellar objects was built on a simple assumption: they are lifeless debris, leftovers, fragments, pieces of cosmic history, drifting through space without purpose or complexity. But the new image challenged that belief. At every level, its internal structure did not match rock or metal. Its glow did not match thermal emission. Its motion did not match natural trajectories. Every theory that explained asteroids, comets, or even the first interstellar objects was suddenly useless. Scientists scrambled to explain the impossible patterns in the image. Some called them artifacts. Some blamed calibration errors. Some suggested exotic ices, strange minerals, or entirely new kinds of astrophysical phenomena. But each explanation collapsed under its own contradictions. The structure was too organized. The light was too stable. The movement was too intentional. And then came the most unsettling conclusion of all. If the image is real, then 3I ATLAS is not a natural object. It may not be artificial either. It may be something else, something not yet defined in human astronomy. Theories did not simply fail, they disintegrated. And the scientific community entered a state no one had expected. Silence. The kind of silence that only arrives when reality no longer follows the rules. If 3I Atlas wasn't acting like matter and wasn't behaving like an asteroid, then what was it? Some physicists turned to dark matter. Others turned to dark energy. Yet others to hypothetical entities that exist only in mathematical theory. For the first time, dark physics became a serious candidate. One hypothesis suggested that 3I ATLAS could be composed of exotic matter, particles that barely interact with light, or normal atoms. Another possibility was dark radiation, a theoretical form of energy that influences the expansion of space without leaving a detectable signature. Still, others proposed that the object could be a fragment of an environment where the laws of physics are different from our own, a shard of a distant region of space with altered constants, a relic from a universe where light travels differently, where matter binds differently, where energy flows in ways our equations cannot describe. But the most intriguing possibility came from cosmological theorists. 3.1 Atlas might be a product of a cosmic phase transition, a leftover from a moment when the universe changed states, similar to how water becomes steam or matter becomes plasma. If this is true, the object is not just unusual, it is a message from a different era, a fossil of physics that no longer exists in our part of the cosmos. When traditional astrophysics failed, scientists turned to quantum theory, the deepest, strangest layer of reality. The new image showed patterns that resembled branching quantum structures, interference lines, wave-like filaments, and geometric nodes that appeared precisely spaced. Some researchers suggested that 3I Atlas may not be a solid object at all. It might be a macroscopic quantum system, a structure held together not by gravity or molecular bonds, but by quantum coherence. If so, its internal glow could be a signature of energy states, cycling in patterns never seen in nature. Quantum behavior on this scale should be impossible. Quantum coherence collapses when exposed to noise, heat, or interaction with the environment. But 3I Atlas exists in interstellar space, a region colder and quieter than any laboratory on Earth. What if the cosmic void allows quantum structures to survive? On macroscopic scales, what if 3I Atlas is the first quantum megastructure humans have ever observed that would explain its impossible symmetry, its unusual light signature, its internal filaments, its stable glow, its course corrections? Quantum systems can behave as if they are responding to external information. 3.1 Atlas might be a natural quantum organism, a phenomenon unknown in any modern scientific framework, or something created through processes far beyond human understanding. The new image was alarming, but the next discovery was far more disturbing. When astronomers compared older images of 3I ATLAS with the new one, they noticed something impossible. The object had changed shape, not dramatically, not like a living creature, but subtly, as if the internal structure had reconfigured. Patterns shifted, filaments moved, the glowing core expanded in one region and contracted in another. These changes were small, but undeniable. No rock does this, no comet does this, no known natural object morphs internally as it moves through space. Even worse, the rhythm of its light was changing to the modulation frequency that had seemed stable, was now drifting not randomly, not chaotically, but with a pattern, a curve, a direction, as if the object was responding to the environment, as if the object was adapting, as if the object was behaving like a system, with purpose. Scientists hesitate to use such words. They avoid them, they fear them, but privately, many now admit 31ATLAS does not behave like an object. It behaves like a process, something unfolding, something developing, something interacting with the universe around it. It was the question no scientist wanted to speak aloud, but eventually the silence broke. If 3I Atlas behaves with purpose, if it adjusts its trajectory, if its structure reorganizes, if its light contains patterns, could the object be artificial? Not a spacecraft, not a probe, not a machine in the human sense, but something created by processes unknown to us, a construct built on principles that do not rely on metals, engines, or chemical fuels, a construct formed from exotic matter or stabilized by quantum states, or powered by mechanisms that do not exist on Earth. Some researchers privately suggested that 3I Atlas might be a kind of cosmic technology, not designed for travel, but for endurance, something built not by biology, but by physics. Other theorists argued that the object could be a relic of an ancient civilization, one so old that its creations have drifted between stars for eons, a civilization that may no longer exist, a civilization that left behind objects that now wander the galaxy, like fossils of intelligence. But even these ideas failed to explain everything. The object did not look mechanical. It did not look engineered. It did not look like a craft. It looked more like a phenomenon, a self-organizing entity, somewhere between physics and life. If it is artificial, it is unlike anything humanity has ever imagined. If it is natural, then nature is far stranger than we ever believed. As more data arrived, one thing became clear. Modern astronomy was unequipped to explain 3I Atlas. Its structure contradicted known astrophysics. Its motion contradicted orbital mechanics. Its glow contradicted thermal physics. Its changes contradicted material science. Every discipline exposed a different mystery. Astronomy could not explain the structure. Spectroscopy could not explain the light. Physics could not explain the drift. Cosmology could not explain the origin. Quantum theory could not explain its stability. No branch of science could describe it without breaking. This left researchers in a rare and uncomfortable position, admitting that they did not understand the most basic truth of the object that passed directly through our solar system. Some called it a crisis, others called it a revolution, and a few whispered that 3I Atlas was not a discovery, it was a warning that the universe contains things we are not prepared to comprehend, a warning that our models of reality are incomplete, a warning that the cosmos is not finished, surprising us. If the new image is accurate, then 3I Atlas represents something unprecedented, not a comet, not an asteroid, not a fragment of planetary debris, not a remnant of star formation, but a new category of existence, a class of object that does not fit into any known group, a structure that may operate through physics unknown to humanity, a phenomenon that may evolve over time, a traveler from a region of space where the laws of nature follow different rules. 3.1 ATLAS may be the first confirmed example of a cosmic phenomenon that challenges the barriers between matter, energy, information, and behavior. Something not alive, but not lifeless. Not chaotic, but not engineered. Not random, but not predictable. Something in between, something new, and humanity may be the first species to witness it. The new image of 3I Atlas did not end the debate. It ignited it. Now, dozens of observatories track similar regions of the sky, hoping to catch another glimpse, another object, another anomaly. But the truth is simple. 3.1 ATLAS is gone. It entered our solar system, revealed a fragment of its nature, and then left, moving into the void from which it came. It may never return. We may never see it again. We may never fully understand it, but the impact it left cannot be erased. Because the image showed one thing with absolute clarity. The universe is hiding. Things we are not yet ready to explain. Things that do not fit our categories of matter. Things that do not follow our definitions of physics. Things that do not obey our expectations of nature. Astronomers are preparing new missions, new telescopes, new methods, new theories. Because one thing is certain, if 3i Atlas was real, it will not be the last. If you believe the universe still has secrets to reveal, if you want to witness the discoveries that rewrite everything, if you want to be here for the next impossible moment, then join us. Subscribe to the channel. Be part of the search. Be part of the journey. Be part of the story that the universe is telling through objects like 3i ATLAS, because something is out there, something we do not understand, something that changes everything, and together, we will be here when it appears again.